Hello there, and welcome to the world of Pokemon. My name is Professor Jacob, and joining me as always is my wonderful teaching assistant, Mr. Curtis. Say hello to everybody, Mr. Curtis.
Thank you, Professor. Oh man, can I say I am
Wake up?
I am
Doing
just
some stretching.
so happy. Yeah.
Why?
Oh.
Any particular reason, or?
So happy to be here. When you sleep on the hard floor of the classroom as many nights as I have, it just warms my soul to be able to be back here and working with you, Professor. I'm so happy.
Wait, why are you sleeping on the floor of the classroom?
Oh, well, that I got my house got condemned by the Cantonian authorities.
Finally. Oh
Condemned?
my god.
What does that mean?
I did have to move my colony into the woods, but it did get it did get a little cold and vicious out there, and I just needed to come inside where there was some shelter and some warmth. So I came into the classroom to sleep the last couple nights. But let me tell you what.
Okay, are you telling the
hold on.
police?
Excuse me. I'm sorry. We can dwell on that all we want, but I think that is a binary hole that we don't quite want to go down at the moment.
Probably.
Because I do also need to let everybody know that we also have somebody else joining us in the classroom today. It is a student who's he's trying his darndest. It's Corbin, our trainer in training.
I'm trying my best, and you know what? I think it's paying off. Thank you, Professor, for having me again here for another class. Yeah,
you paid
good
for
to be
it.
here.
I mean, I'm not going to give you a refund. So
what? Well, I mean, like at this point, we're 36 weeks in. I doubt you'd give me a refund at this point.
No, of course not. I mean,
no.
This 36 weeks is What's the
ad drop period? I think it's past that.
It's 36 900ths of the class, so it's way too far in.
Okay, that's fair. But yeah, good to be here as always. Ready to learn, ready to ace this exam or quiz or whatever.
I don't think you know what, you might, but I have concocted a pretty difficult one. I feel like the last couple ones have been like a walk in the park. So this one I kind of wrinkled my brain a little bit to get some.
Which park? I like walking in parks.
Yeah, I know you do. It's like a plane, walking in a plane.
Oh, okay, like a meadow or something.
Oh yeah, of course, exactly. No, you get it.
Gotcha.
So for students who may be just joining us, it's a weird place to come into the lesson. I would maybe suggest going to the first one. Definitely makes the syllabus a lot easier to follow. But if you don't know what we do here, we talk about one Pokemon, specifically their Pokedex entries, per lesson. Now, I'm very curious today if any of my students will be Clefable to guess what Pokemon we're talking about today. I kind of doubt their Clefability to do it.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and assume it's.
Are we doing Clefairy again?
No. Oh no, not quite. Think Clefairy, but bigger.
Gyarados.
I was gonna. Wow, actually, you read my mind. No, I was gonna say Steelix instead of Gyarados.
They're basically the same Pokemon.
Wait. I think we're talking about Gengar, right? Doesn't Gengar?
Oh yeah.
Gengar's like Clefairy.
But no, right? This one has kind of the same general shape as Gengar. We're talking about Clefable.
Ah, a live Gengar. Okay, gotcha.
The bigger Clefairies. Okay.
The connection between the two is unclear.
It's
just that maybe this is a common shape for things that are fairly light to manifest in, because that's what Gengar and Clefable have those in common. They're both fairly light Pokemon.
Yeah, but I don't think Gengar's a fairy type. You keep saying it's fairy light, and I don't think that's the case. Fairly
light.
What is fairly type?
No, fairly as jeez. Oh God, I can't. When did you learn English? Did you learn English?
Me?
Have you learned English?
Yeah, I learned it a while ago. Yeah. Before I took this class, actually.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because I can't teach you the difference between all these words, and maybe you got something like in your ear that you need to scoop out.
No, I don't drink beer.
Well, it's super effective against the fly kick type.
Fly kick. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Flying psychic. I like it.
Yeah, the flying psychic assassin.
Okay.
I kind of like that idea of just like combining types together to make one word. Like, what would you call a ghost fire? Like a Geyer or a Fost?
Oh, a Fost. Ooh, I
Fost.
like Fost.
Fost type.
All right, dragon and electric.
Drelectric or Iragan.
Ooh, a Ragan. I like
Ideal
that.
dragon, yeah.
Elragan.
Elragan.
What about water and dark?
Wark.
Wark. Daughter.
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 No, okay, well, let's focus up, everybody. Let's bring it all back together. We're learning about Clefable today. Now, you may remember I brought Clefairy to class last time. I was able.
Wait, what type is Clefable?
Just like Clefairy, Clefable is a fairy type.
That's it? Just fairy? That's it?
That's it. Yep. Just why?
Okay.
What other type did you think it was?
I thought it was like fairy and normal. If that was the case, it was gonna be
I
formal.
thought it was Wark.
That was formal.
What, you thought it was what? You thought it was Wark, Curtis? You thought it was
Yeah,
a
I
water
thought it was
dark?
Wark.
No.
It's like Sharkpedo is Wark.
It's Sharkpedo, not Beto.
As I was saying, I was able to acquire another moonstone. You know, this class is really breaking my bank. I buy 3 moonstones now. Just to
Whoa,
evolve
are they that
Pokemon.
expensive?
They're extremely rare rocks. Like, you can't just go out and find one. You have to.
Well, listen.
I know a guy. I know a guy. That's fine. Yes.
If it's that expensive, why don't you hit up Professor Palm? You know, he has money, right? He makes a good living.
I don't need his help to teach my classroom.
Honey, it sounds like you do. It sounds like you're kind of
no, of
strained.
course. Corbin, are you kidding me? Listen, the professor has all the funding he needs, okay?
Is that true, Professor? Do you have all the funding you need for this class?
I mean,
Professor
you can always
has
have more money.
so many grants. It's ridiculous.
Look,
And,
there's only one person in this class. His name is Corbin, not Grant. So I don't know where these other grants are coming from, but I don't see any of them. So I don't know if that's true, Mr. Curtis. I'll be honest with you.
Anyways, that moonstone that I got, I used it to evolve the Clefairy that we had last week. So, would you guys like to take a look at Clefable in the flesh in person?
Sure,
love to.
would I ever? Would I? Yeah.
It's now this is an extremely rare Pokemon, even more rare than Clefairy, obviously, because, you know, you need to find a moonstone to get one to evolve. But, so you guys are going to be one of the very few people that get to see one, so if I'm not the best teacher, I don't know who is. Alright, well, let's take a look.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Cool.
Those little fluttery little.
Where's it going? Oh, come back here.
Now, you may notice that this Clefable has, it is wearing, earmuffs.
What?
That I put earmuffs on it, before I put it into the Pokeball. Because,
Oh, you did? Oh.
yeah, because Clefables, they have extremely sensitive hearing, and that's the main reason why you don't see them that often, is because they really can't handle the hustle and bustle and all the noise that humans tend to generate. So,
You know, I thought the earmuffs were part of it, but that's fine. It still looks really cute.
it's very cute. I think the earmuffs are actually pretty damn
I
cute.
know.
So,
They are. It's
Professor,
a good
why does he
addition.
Why does he keep hiding behind the podium over there?
well, first of all, it is a she. Is a
Oh, I'm
female.
sorry.
That's
Why
a
is
Clefable.
she hiding behind a podium?
I don't know. Maybe she finds your face to be worrisome or scary in some way.
Do they have
a
a keen sense of smell as well? Because if that's the case, then I could see why she'd be hiding from Mr. Curtis.
Well, you may notice that Clefable have no nose.
That is really
It's
upsetting.
just a
I'm very
face.
sorry.
It's just 2 eyes and a mouth. No neck. Really, no discernible head. To be honest.
I'm sorry. I sometimes I get confused if you're talking about the Pokemon or Mr. Curtis. Can you clarify again, please?
All right,
Hey.
let's get the Clefable and put it directly next to Mr. Curtis, and then wait, no, Corbin, close your eyes. All right, I'm gonna put them. I'm gonna switch them around a bunch. All right.
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
All right.
And
Okay,
then stop.
all right.
Okay. Now open your eyes and see if you can tell me which is which.
Damn, they do look similar, but I
Yeah.
could smell Curtis from a mile
Here,
away. I
ask-
definitely know. Clefairy actually smells a little bit nice.
That's,
You, on
I
the
mean,
other
I
hand,
guess
Mr.
so. But
Curtis-
we're talking about Clefable, so it doesn't really matter.
Oh, Clefable. Excuse me.
Okay, here,
yeah,
ask
I can
a
definitely-
question. Ask a question only Mr. Curtis would know.
Okay. Who's your favorite Pokemon? Okay. Hey, Curtis. She said she also thinks her favorite Pokemon is Spinarak. So.
Yeah, that's. Oh wow.
Clefable. Clug.
Plug?
Clefable.
Plug Flable.
Clefable.
All right, make your guess, Corbin. Which one could
Clefable.
possibly be Mr. Curtis?
Man, I don't know. It's
Clefable.
so hard because Clefable says that she likes Spinarak, but I mean, I don't know. Again, it's the smell. I can tell the difference.
Fable,
They do look
Fable,
similar.
Clefable.
Y'all could be practically twins.
Okay, yes. I think you picked the right one. I wasn't looking to which one you were pointing, but I'll assume you picked the right one. All right, I think it's time to put Clefable back into her Pokeball for now.
Ow! Gosh, why'd you hit me with that Pokeball, Professor?
Oh, jeez, I'm so sorry. I really thought, man, all right. It's so
Ow,
similar.
God.
It's so similar.
I know,
All
they just look identical.
Jeez.
I mean, like, even Curtis, he doesn't have wings, but I've definitely seen his shirt come up a few times or his trench coat fly back a little bit, and I do see these, like, weird flap-looking things on his back. I don't know what they are. You might want to get them checked out. I don't think
Also,
they're wings, though.
he does have the same, like, little curly Q hair thing on his head. That's what his hair looks
Yeah.
like.
Curtis has a curly Q head. He's got flaps on him. I
Weirdly-
see the resemblance.
He also only has 3 fingers.
What?
No, I was kidding, Corbin.
Oh, I was going to say, I've been staring at Mr. Curtis for 36 weeks now, and I can assure you he has 11 fingers, like normal.
That's true.
We'll address that later. Okay, so I've put Clefable back into the Pokeball. Let's do what we do best here and read some Pokedex entries. Who's ready?
Me.
Professor.
That's what I do best. I listen.
Yeah, you could do a little bit more of that and a little bit less of the talkie, if you ask me.
Oh, okay.
All right, starting off in the Kanto region. The first one here says, a timid fairy Pokemon that is rarely seen. It will run and hide the moment it senses people.
Oh, well, there you go, Mr. Curtis. There's your answer right there. The moment it sensed you, it ran and hid. So
That's strange.
it sensed
It
you.
is
Sorry.
strange that this one would run away considering we did, it does know us. It saw us last week.
I mean, how many people? I mean, do you know your mailman? I mean, come on. You see people all the time. Doesn't mean you know them. Do you know your mailman? Do you know your gardener? Do you know?
I don't have a gardener.
Do you know your nanny?
Do you know your nanny?
No.
Okay. Okay, hold on. Let's focus on something on a very interesting point here in this Pokedex entry. It says, it literally starts off with a timid fairy Pokemon. Now, it's interesting that it says a timid fairy Pokemon because us dumbos over here in the Kanto region didn't even realize, we didn't even use fairy as a typing until the folks over in the Kalos region were like, hey, guys, it's a whole different type. We just called Clefable normal. Like, take a look at Clefable. Is there anything normal about it?
Considering it looks like Mr. Curtis, no.
No. Yeah. So
No, it does not.
it's weird that in our Pokedex entries we do call it a fairy Pokemon, but until only like the last, like in the recent years did we actually start defining
did
it
we
as a fairy
discover
type.
it, or did some Pokemon just evolve into fairy type later? I mean, that's a question for the scholars and wizards of the world, I guess.
No, it's always been a fairy type. We just mistyped it, which
We mistyped it. Okay.
Yeah. Which
That's
again-
what you get kids. You get kids running over around Kanto, not knowing what's what.
it's not. Well, maybe the kids do the field work, but all the data goes to the professors, and they put it together and make a Pokedex entry about it. All right,
Well,
so
they didn't fact check it. Let's just say that.
didn't do a very good job. I'll be honest.
Nope.
All right, the next one here says they appear to be very protective of their own world. It is a
world.
It is a,
What?
I assume that just means like where it lives. It's like its own area. Like we often say about Curtis, he's in his own world, right?
That's true.
It's a metaphor. They're not.
Each Clefairy has access to its own planet.
The Clefable accesses. Did you say Clefairy again? I think you did. Anyways, no. the Clefable accesses its own pocket dimension in which it appears to be very protective of. Yes, if you ever witness a Clefable blink out of existence, don't worry. It's going into its own world. But don't follow it. Don't follow it, because it's very protective of that world.
Yeah.
The Pokedex entry goes on to say, it is a kind of fairy.
What is?
Rarely seen by people. It is.
Okay, yeah. All right, cool.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's a kind of fairy. Again, we know it's a fairy, but we did not designate its type as fairy. This is why I believe that the whole typing system is just bogus and we shouldn't use it in the first place.
Get it out.
We should categorize all Pokemon primarily on their egg group. I think that's how we should do it.
Yeah. Or, butt shape,
okay.
something.
No, but a lot of Pokemon don't even have butts.
You could have fooled me.
I
don't believe you.
All right, so there's one more entry here. You don't believe me? You don't believe me that some Pokemon don't even have butts?
Everything's got a butt. Everything has a butt.
Some Pokemon don't even consume anything.
Yeah, some do. Name me one Pokemon that doesn't have a butt.
Spiritomb.
I'm sure it's got like a ghost butt somewhere, right?
Yeah, a ghost cloaca.
A ghost rectum, maybe.
A ghost.
Ghost hole.
Yeah.
Geez, right in the ghost hole.
Jesus Christ.
All right, this last one here says its ears are very sensitive, so it does not like loud noises or busy places. Will not come out in front of people.
Okay.
I mean, we saw that firsthand. It was hiding from Mr. Curtis.
I don't blame it.
All right, that does it for the Kanto region. The Johto region starts us off with its acute hearing. It can pick up sounds from far away. It
does have cute hearing.
It usually hides in quiet places. Well, everything that Clefable does is acute.
Oh yeah, so cute.
Listen, Mr. Curtis, I understand that Corbin does not know what acute means, and I am not going to attempt to define it for him.
That's fine, Professor. Whatever you say.
Yeah. Okay. The next one here says its very sensitive ears let it distinguish distant sounds. As a result, it prefers quiet places. I mean,
understandable.
We've already said this.
Like a babbling brook or a nice meadow or a very still, unmoving jet plane or something.
It is said to live in quiet, remote mountains. This type of fairy has a strong aversion to being seen. Do you guys remember last week how all the Pokédex entries found 50 different ways to say that it's rare?
Yeah, I think it's doing the same thing again.
It's doing the same thing, except it's not even trying this time. It's these last 3 entries have said it usually hides in quiet places. It prefers quiet places. Said to live in quiet, remote mountains. They're not even trying to change it up.
I know. Just copy and paste them at this point,
Really? I mean, come on, Professor... Who's in Johto? Who's that guy?
Elm.
It was on the tip of my tongue. Elm. What are you doing, Elm? Our pal over in the Hoenn region, Professor Birch. He goes all in. So let's
all in. Let's go.
Clefable moves by skipping lightly, as if it were flying using its wings. Okay, so it's not flying, right? It's just skipping around lightly, kind of like it looks like it's flying.
I wonder if it uses its wings at all to help out with
Good question.
Could be half flying, half skipping. I don't know.
I don't.
Right, just kind of channeling the energy of the air.
I hate to spoil this, but you aren't going to get an answer to that in these Pokédex entries.
Well, poop. Okay.
Oh.
The Pokédex entry continues on to say, its bouncy step lets it even walk on water.
What?
It's known to take strolls on lakes on quiet moonlit nights.
Again, I think because it's floating. I think because its wings are allowing it to float.
Maybe.
That's why
it's no.
No.
It says as if it were flying using its wings. It's pretty blatantly says it's not using its wings.
I mean, unless this thing literally weighs like half an ounce or some shit. That just doesn't make any sense. Is it like the consistency of a balloon? There's just nothing in it. How does it float on water?
Well, let's move on to the next Pokédex entry. It's not going to answer that question, but I also don't know how to answer that question. It has an acute sense of hearing. It can easily hear a pin being dropped nearly 1,100 yards away.
1,100 yards away.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's so exact.
That's very specific.
Well, nearly. It's not exactly. So it's probably 1,999 or 99.99999 or something like that.
That's right.
Yeah. All right, so that does it for the Hoenn region. Finally some interesting stuff, right? So not just it is in a quiet place.
It floats. You can hear a pen. Wait, a pen or a pin?
Pin.
Pin. P-I-N.
Pin,
Yes.
like a pin, like a P-I-N. It can hear a pin drop from 1,100
Yes.
yards away.
Wow. No. Yes, 1,100 yards away.
Wow.
All right, let's move on to the Sinnoh region. There's
That's
actually
like 8 football fields. That's insane.
Wait, no,
Yeah?
that's like it's like 11 football fields.
All right, look.
A football field
I'm
is
still taking.
pretty,
I'm still taking math. Okay.
It's
I don't know how long a football
well,
field
it's
is.
100 yards. 100 yards.
See, Mr. Curtis didn't even know what a football was.
Yeah, it's the round thing with the white and the black splotches on it, right?
No, that's muck.
Oh,
No, it's not.
that makes so much more sense.
No,
now.
don't listen to him. He's wrong. You're thinking of a soccer ball. A football is more shaped like a. It's like a. If you took a soccer ball, grabbed it by the ears, and pulled it out,
Oh, wait.
that's
is
a
it-
football.
Yeah, okay.
So wait, hold on. I think football is called soccer in other places like Galar, right? Don't they? They make fun of us for calling football soccer and soccer football, don't they?
I can't pretend to know what everybody in all the different regions, all the different words that they use for different things. All right.
It's Tuesday, isn't it, in the Galar region? You're gonna throw the football around.
Oh God, we're gonna get canceled from Galar listeners.
Sorry.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry.
You can't do that.
It's Tuesday. Sorry.
It's Tuesday.
It's Tuesday, isn't it, in the Galar region?
They don't even. It's Galar.
You want to come over to make a steak and
Yeah.
have a puffin?
Oh, you want some chips with that? You see, and you're like, oh, chips? Yeah, I'd love some chips. And then they give you fries.
Ah,
I didn't want fries. I wanted chips.
I know.
It's ridiculous.
Jerks. God.
Man, I hate people in the Galar region.
Galar, you suck. Just kidding. You guys are kind of cool.
Kanto number 1.
Yeah, woo woo woo, saffron for the win, woo 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 woo. But I hear you guys actually have the Tauros pandemic under control, so give us some tips, please.
Yeah, if we can figure that out.
Yeah, we don't know how to
for
stop
us,
these
that'd be great.
30 to 40 rampaging Tauroses, so.
Yeah,
that'd be
it's
nice.
amazing how they can transcend to different regions, but they have made it over to the Kalos region. They're in the Sinnoh and the Unova region. I don't know how they do that. It's just 30 to 40.
Maybe they can also walk along the water like Clefables.
Maybe. Well, actually, they bounce along the waters. Corbin, they don't just walk; they bounce.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry.
Anyways, okay, Sinnoh region. They say, rarely seen by people, it is said to be drawn by the full moon to play at deserted lakes.
Okay.
You know, not those like highly populated lakes.
We get it. It doesn't like people and it's rare.
Yeah, it's rare. It's deserted. It's like when he's okay. Deserted lake sounds to me like it used to have a thriving community, but then all the Pokemon left.
Wait, when it means deserted, does it only mean like from people or can it vibe out with other Pokemon? Like, can it dance around with other Pokemon in the moon?
I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like deserted means deserted. No Pokemon or people.
Right. That's true.
Yeah, and it's also drawn there by the full moon.
Yeah.
Sure, whatever. Okay. All right, the next one says, its hearing is so acute that it can hear a pin drop over half a mile.
Well,
Okay.
It lives on quiet mountains.
okay. Is that 1,100 yards? I don't know. It's half a
Well,
mile.
1,100 yards, so 1,100 yards is 3,300 feet. And I think a mile is what?
5,280. Yeah.
5,280.
Yeah.
So
So that's accurate, right? A little
so
over
that's
half a mile. Yeah.
that's less than what 100 or 1,100 yards is. So
Did it say over half a mile?
it did, I mean, it does say over half a mile.
Okay, well
so
that's
I guess
fair.
It
If it's
could be
if it's 3,000 yards or no.
3,300 feet
Yes.
is equal to 1,100 yards.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
fine. That adds up.
Sure, it checks out. I've crunched the numbers.
That
and
checks,
it checks
out in Corbin's brain.
Mm-hmm.
So it works.
Okay, that does it for the Sinnoh region. Also does it for the Unova region. Well, wait, no. You know what? There is one that here that's slightly different from the Unova region. I'll go ahead and read it because Unova is fairly underrepresented. But I mean, it's not my fault they never write new entries.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Boring.
It says, their ears are sensitive enough to hear a pin drop from over a mile away, so they're usually found in quiet places. So, I mean,
Wait,
now
it just combines...
That time you said over a mile?
Over a mile.
Oh, it does say over a mile.
Wow.
Okay, well, that's much farther than
Wow.
1,100.
Wow.
Then half a mile.
Yeah. Over a mile is longer than half a mile.
Okay, this is so weird
How
to
many
me.
yards are in a mile?
Divide 500 or 5,000
280
whatever,
by 3.
by 3.
Let
and
me use
then
my
that'll give it to you.
calculator. 5,280 divided by 3. Wait, hold on, that was wrong. 5,280 then the other 0 there. Divided by 3 is
I did just look it up
1,760.
here. It is 1 mile equals 1,760 yards. Yes.
Yes.
So 1,760 yards.
Yes.
It's so weird because they literally like Unova has 2 Pokedex entries, and the first one it just repeats what the Sinnoh said, where it is very wary and rarely shows itself to people. Its ears can hear a pin drop from over half a mile away. But the next one it says from over a mile away. Now I guess over half a mile and over a mile can still technically be the same thing. I guess.
I mean, yeah. I mean, yeah.
It's just
I guess so.
Over 5 miles.
Painfully
and
unspecific.
Over 5 miles and 1,000 miles is the same thing. I mean, 1,000's over 5.
well, it's not the same thing, but it has the potential to
I
be
mean,
the same
yeah, it's
thing.
not. It's very vague,
That's
but
right. 3 miles is over half a mile, and 3 miles is over a mile. So
yeah.
you could hear it for 3 miles away.
Yep,
You know,
it's
we
true.
don't know.
It's true. All right, nothing for the Kalos region. Let's go ahead and move on to the Alola region. They don't like to reveal themselves in front of people. They live quietly in packs deep in the mountains.
Yeah.
So they're in packs, so they live in groups.
Yeah, they're pack
Interestingly.
Pokemon. I like.
I mean, I'm amazed that
Well,
they can.
are they in packs with other with Clefairies too, or no?
I don't know. I don't know, Mr. Curtis.
You know, you're not answering a lot of our questions, and that concerns me as
I'm not answering a lot of
paying
questions.
loyal student.
The Pokedex isn't answering a lot of questions. It's not my fault.
Oh, all right.
Listen, the professor is an expert in the Pokédex itself.
Yeah, I don't go out. Listen, I do research on the Pokedex. I don't do research on the Pokemon. All right.
We've established this many times. Look, there's clearly not enough info here on some of these Pokemon. So here's what you should do: send your number 1 student, aka me, out to the wild.
Mr. Curtis.
I will.
Yes.
Curtis is not a trainer to be.
That's right.
He's a
ready.
kiss butt. I am ready to go. I have proved my loyalty. 36 weeks. It's been over half a year. I have been in this class. I think it is time, okay?
Wow, time really does fly, doesn't it?
Time flies when you're having fun and you're going to give your one in-person student his trainer's license, and I think you should do that today. I think today should be the day.
Well, I can't. I mean, I have to wait until you've passed the class.
I
You've
can
passed
take
class.
the rest of the classes remotely.
No, you can't.
Yes.
I
Listen,
don't know about that.
first of all, you don't have any internet connection. I know this.
Look, every other student that listens to this, and all my other classmates that I've never talked to, I don't even know if they're there. They don't talk to me. I wish they would. I hear their parties. I just don't get invited. They all listen remotely. All of them. Okay?
Oh, dude, the parties are so much fun. I've been invited to a few. Wow, they really kick it. They can really kick it.
Why are you going to children's trainer parties, buddy? That's weird.
Just because you're a child doesn't mean all the students are children. All right. This is a class open to everybody.
Oh.
Adults, teenagers, other Pokemon, if they have the capacity to understand English and learn about
That's
Pokemon.
right. Mm-hmm. Thank you for being so inclusive, Professor.
Yeah, for the adults, right, Mr. Curtis?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I meant for the adults, not
Okay.
for the other Pokemon, of course.
Because you're definitely not a bunch of Spinnerax in a trench coat.
Of course. I'm definitely not the Spinnerax in a trench coat. That's what I'm not. Mm-hmm.
Good. Okay, now that we've established the things that you're not.
Mr. Curtis, can you stop winking at me, please?
All right, so yeah, again, Pokedex entries, they don't seem to give us a lot of information, but, like, they don't tell us things like, do Clefairy and Clefable live together, or how can they float on water? What they do tell us, though, is, according to tradition, people who see a pair of Clefable skipping by can look forward to a happy marriage.
Ooh, that's sweet.
Completely unprovable, a tradition, a folk tale. Thank you, Pokedex entries. Thank you, Professor Palm over in the Alola region for writing this entry for us.
I don't know if Palm would write something that ludicrous.
But there are more entries here, so maybe he wrote one of these. All right, the next entry here says it can't help but hear a pin drop from over half a mile away. So it lives.
It can't help
deep-
it. Oh, there's another pin again.
I can't help it. Why is everybody dropping? See, it can hear a pin drop from over a mile away, but like it can't hear anything else. It just its ears are distinctly trained on pins dropping.
I was gonna say, can you imagine like farting within like a 5-foot radius of a Clefable? That's gonna like
You would blow its
eardrums out. Yeah.
You just go, and then
boom, gone, done. See, that's all Pokemon have to do in battle to take it down is just fart, and so it's done.
Unless, of course, you purchase one of my patented Clefable. Okay, well, Curtis is also trying to say something. Go ahead, Mr. Curtis, please go ahead.
I'm so sorry, Professor. I'm so sorry.
How dare you interrupt the only professor you'll ever have?
No, I was just gonna try to plug my wonderful Clefairy ear covers, earmuffs. That's what they're called, earmuffs.
I think it's counterintuitive to your contract to sell merchandise to your students. I don't think that's wise, Professor.
I'm just listen. If they want to buy, like, plenty of classes sell things like popcorn or class T-shirts. People sell class T-shirts all the time.
Yeah, for like fundraisers for like.
Listen, I spent so much money on all those moonstones. All right, I need it. I need the money.
Okay, listen. People do fundraisers for schools to raise money for like I don't know, like kids without legs or something. Like they're not doing it.
That's not what they do.
Yeah,
they do it for field trips or for a pizza day.
Yeah, but it's not for the teacher's own income. Like, just because you're pissing away all your money on moonstones, you never knew how to properly invest and save.
Oh, my God.
Okay, that's
classroom expenses.
Okay. All right, that's fair. That's fine. I'm just saying.
Listen, it costs a lot of money for all the experimentation we have to do on these Pokemon.
Mr. Curtis, you do that on your own time, and that is not the professor's
That is true.
Yeah, and I do not pay him.
RCS only knows they have the money to do that, Mr. Curtis. I don't know where you're getting that money from.
Well, we've already established I work part-time with my uncle's Poke daycare upstate, so.
It makes that much money? Nice.
Yeah. I mean, you breed enough, rare Pokemon, you could make some serious Joe.
Who's Joe?
Hey, you need to give me a cut of that. Yeah, that's some serious Joe. You can make some seriously good coffee.
You make Joe do what?
That's right.
Exactly. Hey, can we read some Pokedex entries, please?
Yeah,
we still have to do a quiz.
Sure.
All right, so it can't help but hear a pin drop from over half a mile away, so it lives deep in the mountains where there aren't many people or Pokemon. Okay, I didn't think I finished that one, but maybe I did. Anyways, the next one says, some scientists believe that it gazes intently at the sky on nights with a full moon because it is homesick. So is it from the moon? Ooh, maybe. I mean, some scientists think so. It's unproven, so useless to fucking put that in the Pokedex entry, if you ask me.
That provides an interesting conspiracy theory.
I wouldn't say it's a conspiracy theory. It's not much of a conspiracy. Anyways, that does it for the regional Pokedex entries. We have one unique Pokedex entry here. It comes to us from Ash's Pokedex. It says, Clefable, an advanced form of Clefairy. It's advanced. Oh my goodness. Listen, I'm sorry to tell you, but this is an advanced form of Clefairy. Our normal medicine isn't going to be able to handle this.
It's got a bigger smile and bigger wings.
It's Curlicue. It's just too much for us to handle. These unique creatures are among the rarest Pokemon in the world.
Wow. Step aside, Mew.
Step aside, any legendary Pokemon. Okay, so I have here one unsourced, uncredited article that I will read very quickly before we move on to our pop quiz. This says, Clefable is a tall, pink Pokemon with a vaguely star-shaped body. I don't agree with that. I don't agree that its body is shaped like a star.
No.
It's shaped like a fat guy with no neck. It has long pointed ears with dark brown tips and black oval eyes with wrinkles on either side.
A brown what?
Dark brown tips.
Gotcha.
Tips. Its oval eyes oval eyes with wrinkles on either side. A curled lock of fur hangs over its forehead, much like its long, tightly curled tail. On its back is a pair of dark pink wings, and each wing has 3 points. Its hands have 3 fingers each, and its feet have 2 clawed toes with dark pink soles.
Thought those were teeth.
On its toes?
Yeah.
Why would it have teeth on its toes?
Dude, I don't know. Why do Pokemon look the way they do? Like, just...
Normally for some evolutionary function.
I mean, eating with your feet would be pretty cool, man.
I mean, what are
true.
claws and nails if not just teeth? Teeth on your fingers and toes.
Can I get you to say that in writing?
I know, I don't even... What does that even mean? How does somebody say something in writing?
I'll let you figure that out.
This entry goes on to say, Clefable is a timid creature that flees when it senses people approaching, and is one of the world's rarest Pokemon. Its sensitive ears can distinctly hear a pin drop from half a mile or 1 kilometer away. Because of its acute hearing, it prefers to live in quiet, mountainous areas, of which it is protective. So here it's assuming that quote-unquote world that it's protective of are just mountainous areas that it lives in.
So it's quiet and intimidating and hides away from people, but it is protective.
Yeah, like
So,
what would happen?
Will come out to fight for its zone.
Yeah, what would happen if you step foot onto
it'll hug the shit out of you.
Like, what's it gonna do? Come and tickle you?
Probably, I hope so.
It's gonna like bounce on over to you and be like, "Get out of here, Clefable."
Maybe.
Where was I? Using a bouncy gait, it is able to walk on water and sometimes appears to be flying using its small wings. All right, that does it for that. That's all the information that we have, Clefable, as sparse as it is. But now it's time to move on to the pop quiz. So,
pop
go
it up.
ahead, pull out your Rotom laptops, put away your Pokedexes.
Pulled it out.
And one single pen, and then that's all you need for this one.
Okay, just one single pen, huh?
A single pen, yes.
Okay. Pen with an E, right? Not pen with an I.
Yeah, we don't want to accidentally drop it and then have
How about pen with an A?
a Paya?
No, a pan. Oh, sorry, pans for cooking
pan?
class. Sorry, that's later. I don't need that.
Okay. All right. So, Mr. Curtis has already sent me his first answer, which is just.
Wait, what? Curtis, are you psychic type? How did you know he was gonna ask?
Well, he just sent me a 1. I assume that he accidentally hit the send button.
Right. That was supposed to be as in the answer to number 1 is like the first
1.
question.
So, okay, so yeah, interesting. So let's see. So Mr. Curtis has sent for the first question. He has sent his answer is 1, and Corbin has sent 2. Let's see if they're right. Question number 1 says, "Where do Clefables like to stroll on moonlit nights?" All right,
2. That's my answer. 2.
Unfortunately, 2 is incorrect. Believe it or not, and also 1. Yeah, wait. Weirdly enough, 1 is correct. I don't know how that worked out.
wow.
Don't tease me like that.
Wow.
All right.
You big goober.
Go ahead and send me your real answers.
All right, so say it again. What was it again?
Where do Clefables like to stroll on moonlit nights? All right, both of the answers are in. Question again was, where do Clefables like to stroll on moonlit nights? Corbin responded with deserted lakes with an exclamation point. Very excited about that answer.
Yes.
Curtis said soft, quiet, calm, tranquil, pretty lakes. There's nary a comma to be found in there.
Love it.
So yeah, yes, exactly. They like to stroll in moonlit nights on lakes.
Yeah.
Because they're quiet.
very
good.
So yes,
Got it.
correct for both of you. All right, so you know what? I was starting it off easy. All right.
Easy peasy.
The next one says, what is the absolute maximum density of the average Clefable in grams per milliliter, please?
Hold the fuck up. What?
I will say it again. I'm going to say it again. And then I admit this one may be difficult. So you can ask me for one hint, one single hint. All right. So
all right.
No, the answer is not 1.
No, no, I know that. I have one question though.
Okay, wait, hold on. Do you want me to reread the question?
Yeah.
Okay.
Reread it.
What is the absolute maximum density of the average Clefable in grams per milliliter?
Okay. What is
you can't? But you cannot ask what is the answer.
No, what is the density of water?
Very interesting there, Corbin. It's a very, very interesting question that you have proposed to me, and in fact, it makes me think that you are indeed on the correct track.
Well, can you tell me?
Yes, I can. It's 997 kilograms per meters cubed.
997 kilograms per meters cubed.
Now, if you could translate that, if you could figure out that and transform it into grams per milliliter for me, that would be wonderful.
Okay, hold on. So wait, you want it in grams per millicubes?
No. Oh, wait, grams per milliflops? Grams per milliliter. God, I love doing math questions. I love it. Okay. Both of the answers are submitted. They may or may not be right. Okay, so the question is, what is the absolute maximum density of the average Clefable? Now, Corbin sent 9.97 grams per milliliter. I did ask for it to be in grams per milliliter, so thank you for that. Now, Mr. Curtis wrote, Clefable can be no more than 0.99999, repeating, of course, grams per milliliter. If they were 1 gram per milliliter, they would be the same density as water, and therefore, it's not therefore, their space 4 would be able to mix. Oh God, I hate that.
Ew, it sounds like Clefable's melting in the water.
But we all know Clefable can walk on water, so it must be less dense. All right, you are exactly correct, Mr. Curtis. So the density of water is 1 gram per milliliter. It's kind
Why'd
of
you
the
lie
metric.
to me then?
It's the metric that they use to determine,
Why did you lie to me?
density.
What did you say it was?
I told you that it was 997 kilograms per meters cubed. Now, 1 meter cubed is not the same thing as a milliliter. I believe it's centimeters cubed is the same thing as a milliliter.
That's right.
Oh.
So you were close. You were off by
One
by
decimal
1
point?
order of magnitude.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. So you were
All
close.
right.
You know what? And you know what, Corbin? You were on the right track. You knew the question to ask.
I did. I knew.
And
I did.
I'll admit, I was a little bit shitty. I was a little bit of a jerk giving it to
Little
you
bit,
in
little bit.
different units.
You know, kind of. You know what? Kind of. Fuck you, Professor. But thank you for saying I was on the right track.
Yes. 0 points though, unfortunately, for this.
Fuck me. All right. Cool.
No, I'm gonna give you points. I'm gonna give you points because I like your spunk.
Sweet. How many?
All of them. You get the points.
Oh
All of them.
yeah. Hell yeah. I love getting the wrong.
Did you have a
answer.
question, Mr. Curtis? You were...
No, I was just saying that you shouldn't think of yourself that way, Professor. You were not a shitty person. You're a great person, a great professor.
I mean,
You're not
you
gonna
already
get
got
extra
full
points for kissing
yeah.
his butt. Okay, you're not gonna get him.
I mean,
Okay.
it just hurts. It hurts me when the professor says he did something shitty. I'm like, Professor,
Hey,
you're
listen,
the moral standard.
It hurts
Everything
me to
you
smell
do
your
is-
steak, Mr. Curtis. Okay.
She's all right. Let's lay off the insults there, Corbin.
Sorry.
All right. Question number 3. Why do Clefable tend to hide in secluded mountains? Or, quote-unquote, their own world, if you will. All right, so the question again was, why do Clefable tend to hide in secluded mountains? Corbin responded with, their hearing is insanely good. So in order to protect their sensitive ears, they chill out in packs far from other Pokemon or people. All right, and Curtis wrote, they like to hide on secluded mountains because they are quiet and calm, and they don't hurt their super sensitive hearing. Okay, so he has the word here. I'm like super sensitive hearing. That's exactly why. It's because
right.
they want to stay away from the hustle and bustle that humans just generally, all the pin dropping that humans do. They just don't want to be around it.
Or farting, if you will.
Well, it doesn't say anything about farting, so we don't know how far away or how loudly they can hear a fart. It just
They can hear a pin drop from a mile away, but if you fart next to them, they don't hear it at all.
won't even register because they can't smell it either because they don't have noses.
What a blessing.
So, question number 4. Now, this is another essay question. I know I've been doing that a lot recently, but I think there's a lot of things that these Pokedex entries didn't really cover. So, I'm going to give you guys a question that's not asked or answered in the Pokedex entries, and just go ahead and, just write me a little short paragraph on what the answer, on what you think the answer is. All right, so the question is, why does Clefable have pink skin?
Is it fur or is it skin? It could be a trick question. It's not skin at all. It's fur.
Is it fur? It doesn't look like fur. I mean, it looks pretty taut. Okay, so the question was, the essay question was, why does Clefable have pink skin? Now, again, there's no exactly right or wrong answer. We don't necessarily have, like, the definitive answer to this. I'm just interested to see what you guys say. So Corbin responded with, the lack of direct sunlight and absorbing the moon's power.
And light, yeah.
Moon's power and light. You didn't write that in there, but okay.
Well, it's implied.
Moon's power and light causes to be pinkish in color.
Yes.
Okay, so you're saying that because they're primarily
nocturnal creatures.
They don't experience a lot of sun, and that way they kind of like something that might live in a.
They live in caves and mountains, and they don't ever see the sunlight, so they lack pigment, and also they eat red Gyarados, shiny Gyarados.
All right, you know what, that one could be plausible. The lack of sun. I mean, that's why I'm this bright pink color. So. Maybe that's true for Clefable as well. Let's go ahead and read.
You
Mr.
do
Curtis'
look like
answer.
a squalling baby.
Buckle in here, because we have a wonderful answer from Mr. Curtis.
Oh, thank you, Professor. I'm so excited for you to read my answer.
You may remember last time he did theorize that Clefairies are actually living hot air balloons. I don't know if you remember that one, but this one is, I'm sure it's on the same level. He says, Clefable has pink skin because its skin surface is actually one big ear. That is why their hearing is so sensitive. That's also why they are so light. Inside of its body is mostly cochlea.
Come again?
That is cochlea, I guess, like the insides of ears, or is that
the hollow spiral tube inside of everyone's ear.
He goes on to say that's also why it's so bowny.
Bounty?
I think he might have meant to spell bouncy, but forgot the C.
Bounty.
I did forget the C. I'm sorry, Professor.
Its surface vibrates with sound waves.
Sound waves.
Oh my god, this sentence, Mr. Curtis, is atrocious.
Read it.
Its surface vibrates with sound waves and such a rate that allows it to almost fly.
Oh, I see my mistake there. It was supposed to say, that's also why it's so bouncy. Its surface vibrates with sound waves at such a rate that allows it to almost fly.
Of course. Now, Mr. Curtis, I have to... So, again, the question is, why does it have pink skin? I feel like I don't want to poke holes in your theory here, but, like, ears can be any colors. They don't have to be pink.
Well, no, but eardrums are always pink. Everybody knows that.
I don't think that's true. I mean, just look at, like, Nidoqueen. It has, like, purple.
Yeah, no, but its eardrums are still pink. Did you not look?
How do you know that?
Were you not there for the body inspection when we did the body inspection for the Pokemon?
No, again, I don't go up with you to your uncle's breeding farm.
Curtis, ever since the whole Squirtle incident, you were not supposed to inspect the bodies of these Pokemon. We've established this.
No, it's, again, there are plenty of Pokemon that don't have, like, pink insides of ears. I don't think it's a requirement for a, was it cochlea to be pink.
Yes.
Well, I mean,
doesn't hold up.
But I respect the out-of-the-box thinking. It's there's no way it's true, but, you get full marks for both of you on that one.
Cool. So I could have said that Clefable was a fucking nipple, and it would have gotten the right answer. Sweet. Good to know.
If you backed it up with enough explanation, maybe, I don't know.
Sure.
Depends on how I'm feeling. But maybe you'll get your chance next time to give me a out-of-the-box crazy theory.
All right.
Because that does it for today's lesson. Hey, speaking of next time, do you guys know what Pokemon we're going to be talking about?
Foxtrot.
Foxtrot? No, not quite. I love that dance, though. It's a great
Delphox.
No, it is a fox Pokemon. We are learning about a fox Pokemon, though.
Oh, Gardevoir.
That's
ooh.
Lopunny.
We're learning about all right.
No, we're not learning about Gardevoir. We won't be learning about Gardevoir for a very long time. If we ever even make it to it. No, we're learning about Vulpix, which is in fact the fox Pokemon. So, yeah. I'm excited to talk about it. It's another fire type Pokemon. We haven't talked about a fire type Pokemon since fucking Charizard.
Charmander. Wow. Charizard.
Well, Charizard. Yeah. So yeah, look forward to that. Until then, if you guys have any questions, if you students at home have any questions, you can go ahead and contact me via Gmail, which of course we all know stands for Gengar Mail.
Of course.
At wwopokemon@gmail.com. If you don't have a Gengar Mail, you can also find me at the Flying Type Pokemon themed social network site, Twitter. At WWO Pokemon there as well. Now, we are trying to reach more students, and we're trying to get higher visibility, and the best way to do that is to get really good ratings. So if you could go to Flapple Podcast, because that's where we have to upload our lessons. It's weird.
One of the many places we upload.
It's one of the many places, but it's the best place to really find it. If you could go to Flapple Podcasts and just give us a 5-star rating there, or it doesn't even have to be 5-star. If you really hated it, that's fine. You can
look. Let's be honest here. The professor, he's okay. All right. If you give professor a 3-star on his class, that's fair too.
But I'm not going to bore you guys with begging.
Professor, you are always 5-star in my heart.
Yeah, we know. So until next time. Class is dismissed.
Welcome to the World of Pokemon as part of the Pokecasters Network.